So the third problem that affects all of humanity, that includes white humanity, is the Aryan mindset of despiritualization. Um, because as I said before, despiritualization means on the intellectual level, seeing things being devoid of spirit. That is basically what despiritualization means. So seeing nature being absent of spirit, only seeing a tree or animals or inanimates, a rock. And therefore, these things are devoid of spirit. Quantum physics tells us clearly, and anyone who has any kind of connection with their own spirit, that everything in nature is alive and everything is full of energy. And it's the energy of the thing that gives it life, and it also makes it intelligent. But in the Western view, these things are materialized. So when it comes to science, and I've said this before, I'm not opposed to science. I'm not a scientist, but I certainly respect science. The problem with Western science is their philosophy of science, not science itself. And that philosophy of science, my teacher, Dr. Jacob Carruthers, defined as mad science, because it's a science that seeks to control and dominate. And it's able to do that because by saying that and thinking that nature is only material, then it sees itself and sees human beings as being separate from nature, and therefore in a position to study it, know it, dominate it. And as the author of empirical science, the science of observation, Francis Bacon said, create a new nature, a monstrosity. So this waging of war on nature treats Big Mama, Mother Nature, the same way they treated us under racism. Treats it as a slave, treats it as an object from whose wealth, the earth can be attacked for the benefit of enriching those who are in control of the extraction process. So this despiritualization of nature, which involves extracting minerals, particularly coal and others, has led to the poisoning of the earth and its atmosphere through fossil fuels, producing global warming, the melting of the earth's ice caps. And as a result of that, the rising of sea levels, extreme flooding, extreme weather conditions. We've just seen what happened in Texas. Things that would normally occur every 100 years are occurring now every 2 or 3 years. So even the environmental movement that attacks this, and rightfully should, and so, their problem is they're using patchwork methods. And certainly, we need to get the fossil fuels out, let alone down, their rates of emission. Some are even arguing they're not sure now if we pass the time where this is even possible. But without a shift of philosophy, of science, then we'll continue, we will continue to see the earth on the endangered species list, which means by the end of this century, this planet will be uninhabitable for animate life forms. That is what we are really faced with. This is the problem facing humanity. So despiritualization has to be put on the list of the top 3 that affect humanity. But despiritualization is really the most dangerous of all of them because it affects planetary existence.